Hi, this is Tom from Beautiful Guitars. Today we've got an amazing unboxing as usual. See, it comes with a hard shell case, a beautiful hard shell case, like a crocodile skin like. It's quite a beautiful hard shell case. As you can see, it's a Bergen hard shell case. So let's see what guitar is inside here. So we always wants to give our fans something new, something special. As you can see, it's voila. This is a Resonator guitar. So it's a Gretsch G9241 and it's a Resonator guitar. So it's got speakers here called cones, because Resonator guitars were invented before there was an electric guitar, because the guitarist will be complaining that the drums are loud. So how do we be able to cut through the mix, have something? Then they invented to have speakers here at the back of the body of the guitar to increase the sound, and call them cones. And there are various different resonators which we won't go through today. So let us just look closely. So you can see it looks like a guitar, 6 strings, but it's got this. Underneath you can see that there are cones to attenuate the loudness of the sound that will be coming from the strings. And that's a reason for the name Resonator guitar. So we've got a stop tail piece where you put your strings through. There you can see the Gretsch Amplosonic, so to amplify the sound or the cones that are there. And there you can see it's got also a pickup system, so one can also connect to the amplifier or the PA system to have it even louder, which is quite good. So typical of Resonator guitar, it will have those F holes, and then and some could be made of metal. This is a wood one. It's made of wood, as you can see. It's laminated mahogany wood. Some could be metal, so they sound a bit different. Different woods and different metals that can be used, or a combination of those. For the Indian laurel fretboard with dot inlays there, quite beautiful. You can see it's got binding anteriorly, which is multiply binding, and also multiple binding also at the back, which is quite a nice touch from Gretsch. Beautiful laminated mahogany, like I said earlier on. And then you can see on the headstock the Gretsch, and also the model G9241. Then you've got this butternut tuning pegs there. So the serial number handcrafted in China, so it's the affordable models. Mahogany neck, looks quite beautiful, quite nice. So like I said earlier on, it could be made of either metal or it could be made of wood. This is a wood one. And then let's see how it sounds. its sound. It's got that deep, sound come from the resonator, from the speakers, and it's relatively quite loud. In those days when there were no electric guitars, it was something quite useful. Like I said earlier on, you can even amplify the sound by connecting to a acoustic amp and have as loud as you want, like an ordinary acoustic electric guitar. So it's sort of a form of an acoustic electric guitar, but it's got that deep sound, which is termed a resonator because of the cones that are used to amplify the sound, like we said earlier on, when there were no electric guitars in the turn of the century. So that's very important. So let's hear in the comment below whether you are aware of resonator guitars. Myself, I was aware of the resonator guitar from Dire Straits' album Brothers in Arms, which came out in 1987, which was quite a big album. You see it's a nice photo on the album of showing a resonator guitar. And Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits, he made a resonator to sort of reignite its popularity in the 80s and the 90s because of the success of the album they released, Brothers in Arms, in which he had photographed. And previously, Dire Straits had released one of their quite popular song, especially when playing live, Romeo and Juliet. And the song Romeo and Juliet, it's a big story that talks about where he was noodling around with a resonator guitar and came with the song Romeo and Juliet. Those who don't know it, you can just check on YouTube Romeo and Juliet by Dire Straits or Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits. You will listen. It's one of the most beautiful love songs you might have ever heard. And it's being played on the resonator guitar, which is quite important to note. So previously I had done boxed Mervyn Davis SmoothTalker. Is also a resonator type of guitar. For those who might not remember or looked at the video, we'll put in a link. So this is the Mervyn Davis SmoothTalker guitar, made here in South Africa, which is quite unique and a bold design, quite very unique. So I'll put a link where we do unboxing of this Mervyn Davis SmoothTalker guitar. So it sounds like a resonator guitar. So that's important to compare the two. So I've also tuned it. So it's a bit brighter than the Gretsch one, but it's got that sound somewhere between a resonator and a banjo sound. So it sounds quite closely there. So in the future, we'll run through with a professional musician comparing the two, how they sound. Also, this one also has got a pickup system, so it's an acoustic electric guitar, so one can compare them quite nicely, which is quite important to know. So are you aware of resonator guitars? So in one of the episodes in a few months time, we'll go through, we'll do an introduction of resonator guitars, different types, in detail. And are you aware of resonator guitar? Have you heard a song that they are using a resonator guitar? Do you know Romeo and Juliet by Dire Straits, Mark Knopfler? Or Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits, where this appears on the cover, both front and back, that made a resonator guitar to get to be more popular by a person or a band, Dire Straits, when they made a photograph of the album with showing a resonator guitar by natural guitar manufacturer. Don't forget to like and comment on this video. The next video will be announcing the winner of our 8th guitar giveaway, which is a beautiful Fender Redondo acoustic electric guitar with a Fishman pickup. And when we're announcing the winner, we'll also be announcing our 9th guitar giveaway, which is quite very exciting. So can't wait for that one. Cheers. Cheers from beautiful guitar.